My kindly viewers, would you be surprised if I told you that Satan works at your local McDonald's? What if I told you that the devil is working at Kentucky Fried Chicken? And what if I told you that Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Mammon are all working together at your local call center? I even heard that the devil is the one who decides when they take the McRib away again. The Devil is a Part-Timer is a series about King Satan. Having been ran out of his kingdom, he is now on Earth, trying to return and subject that kingdom to his wrath. He has been followed by his second-in-command and the hero of the armies of man, and she is determined to bring him down once and for all. However, King Satan struggles with impotence. That's right, his magic barely works on Earth, and he needs to save what little he has to get home. Season 2 of The Devil is a Part-Timer will be coming out this July, so I thought I would just sing its praises for a little while, because I think it's a really great show. I'm gonna try and avoid spoilers for the most part, but also it came out in 2013, so shut the hell up, you had plenty of time. Devil is based on a series of light novels, which makes it a whole different beast when it comes to animation as compared to adapting a manga. Due to it not being a manga and therefore having shots already created, the animation team is forced to do it all on their own. This means that the character animation becomes incredibly fluid, lively, and just plain animated. It's wonderful. The opening of the show details how the ravenous King Satan has destroyed the lands of Enta Isla, and he will soon be back to finish the job entirely. He had a lavish castle, an unflinching army, magic second to none, and drip that could make you drown. On Earth, however, his castle is replaced by a tiny apartment, his army reduced to one lieutenant, measly magic, but he's still drippy. But the biggest problem, above all else, he's broke. And he can't even, pillage for gold anymore. So he's forced to get a part-time job at McRonald's. Sure. Legally distinct McRonald's is where he starts to work. This crappy little part-time job is where we really see King Satan start to change. And at this point, he is going by Sadao Mao to the public, but I'm gonna keep referring to him as Satan because it's funnier. And to everyone's surprise, when Satan gets this job, he doesn't try to turn it into an evil fast food chain. Well, more of an evil one. But it's not like he's putting his coworkers' heads on a pike or skinning a customer and serving them to another customer. The crazy thing is, he just tries to do the best that he can. He always shows up for work on time, he's friendly to all the customers, and he tries to be helpful with his coworkers. Not only this, but Satan's right-hand man, now going by Ashia, is just a homemaker for their little apartment. He cooks, he cleans, and does the laundry. And not for any malicious pursuit, but just because he wants to help his friend, Satan. And this is how he can do it at the present moment. We mostly see this change through the eyes of the hero of man, who has followed King Satan to Earth, now going by Emi Yusa. Emi stalks Satan and Ashia, certain that they're up to something nefarious. However, day after day, she finds that these two men that she's hated for years, who've led armies of demons and ransacked her kingdom, are just pretty normal guys. Satan goes to his crappy little job, he comes home, he has dinner with his roommate, they chat about their day. Satan even goes on a date at one point, although he's pretty unaware that it's a date. Slowly, Emi just starts spending time with Satan and Ashia at their apartment. She's just hanging out, but she does it with a threatening veil over it, but she's just hanging out. This theme of Satan and his former generals just being normal guys is continued in the fallen angel Lucifer. Now, okay, if you're all caught up on your Catholicism lore, which is actually surprisingly helpful for this show, Lucifer is an angel who fell to the side of Satan. When he's introduced, Lucifer is attempting to murder Satan on Earth in a bid to usurp him, and he fails extremely quickly. And then Satan just lets him live in his apartment because he doesn't have anywhere else to go. He just becomes a gamer loser who sits in front of the computer eating snacks all day. Unlike me, I'm really hot and cool. And so once again, we learn the same lesson, that this character who we were led to believe is evil is just a normal dude. And this wonderful celebration of normalcy is the whole point of The Devil is a Part-Timer. In many anime and manga, we have a protagonist who we are led to believe is a relatively normal dude, maybe even an underdog. But then we find out that they have a demon inside of them, and they were always destined for greatness, no matter how much of a huge loser they were before. Now, my legal team is telling me that I have to keep this legally distinct, so let's just say I'm talking about McNaruto. And the thing is, I like McNaruto, kinda. I mostly like Rock Lee. Rock Lee is the best. I love him. Stan Rock Lee. I do get a little tired of the protagonist of so many anime being like a super special little guy, because frankly, I'm not one. I don't have a demon inside of me, I'm not a chainsaw man, I've never seen the portal of truth, I don't have one for all, I'm hardly a freak of nature. And here's the thing, neither are you. And I'm just a normal guy, you know? I go to work, I go to the grocery store, I exercise. I'm sad sometimes, I'm happy most times, I get sick sometimes. Sometimes my tummy hurts, but I'm very, very brave about it. Here's the thing, I could probably say all of the same things about you because you're also just a normal person, even if, like me, you love stories about exceptional people. And honestly, realizing that your life will never be as exceptional or interesting as the stories that you read or watch can be pretty depressing. But the real question is, does it have to be? The Devil is a Part-Timer is a story about Satan being a normal guy, but not just that, it's a story about how fucking awesome it is to be a normal guy. In a very early scene, Satan gives an umbrella to Emmy while he's on a bike ride. He starts getting poured on, but then he bikes away and triumphantly cheers. This is the first real instance of Satan finding the joys of living in the real world, and while I couldn't get footage of it, I can attest to the fact that running in the rain is an incredible and liberating feeling. The potions that Emmy used to drink are replaced by energy drinks. The spells that Satan used to conjure to control the masses are now unintentionally used to bring customers to his McDonald's while it's struggling. Satan, his right-hand man, his former enemies, and his human co-worker all eat bad udon in his shitty apartment. I think that this show is a really exceptional way to remember that your life in the world around you can feel as amazing and magical as you want it to. Sure, you can have an energy drink, and you will feel energized because it has the drug caffeine in it, and you know that. But why not just think of it as magic, if you want to? It's delusional, but isn't it more fun that way? The Devil is a Part-Timer is about a lot of things. I think one of the biggest is it's about realizing that the people you villainize may just be regular people. But more than that, I think it's about the fact that this world, our world, is beautiful and wonderful. And the best way to experience the world is not ironically, it's not with a sad gleam of being too cool for it. The best way to experience the world is with all you have. We can all learn something from Satan, the man who was ran out of the kingdom he thought he was meant to rule, and ended up just accepting how lovely it is to be a normal guy. And of course, other anime remind me of what I can be if I follow my dreams and keep trying my best. And of course I will keep doing that. But Devil reminds me that I should celebrate being the way that I am now, and that's also really cool. I think that some of our coolest heroes are just normal guys, and typically them being a normal guy is what makes them so cool. Now, despite what someone completely random, say someone for no reason like Zack Snyder may think, the coolest thing about Superman is that he's hardly an alien. He's a human being who just so happens to be an alien. He was raised on Earth like all of us, and despite being able to crack the Earth's crust with his bare hands, he still goes home to see the sunset with his father. Despite King Satan being the leader of an evil army, for all his dark magic and fear that he commands, his biggest goal for most of the first season is to become shift manager at his McDonald's branch. Despite having the power to subjugate the humans of Earth, he chooses to protect them. And this love of being human spreads to everyone he meets. I brought up Lucifer earlier, and while yes, for a lot of the season, he does just become a silly little gamer boy, I believe that he delivers the thesis line of the entire first season. When offered a chance to return to heaven, which is all Lucifer really wants to do deep down, he replies by saying, "Don't you know heaven is a place on Earth? A second floor, one bedroom apartment." I am really excited for the second season of this show, and while it may just seem like slice of life fluff, and I know that it won't be on most people's list to watch as it comes out week to week, I think that it's a really important story. I think it's a story that a lot of people could benefit from experiencing. I think we could all stand to look at our world a little more magically, enthusiastically, treating everything around us with kindness and joy. Just like Satan. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching that video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm running out of stuff to change for this last segment, so this week I have my headphones on. They're not even turned on. This was just all I could think of. And I just want to say thank you all so much for the support on, especially my last video, but like everything recently, like the past few weeks. I've just been completely blown away by the amount of support, and I hope that if you're here, you stick around. Thank you so much for watching. It's a billion trillion degrees in Kansas, so I've got a crop top on and some very nice breathable pants. But yeah, if you think that summer is the best or even not the worst season, I legitimately hope that you have a terrible life. And I really mean that. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.